Hi guys, this is Lachette from Scarlet Moon Creations, and I am back. This is my second video or VR for the One Deck Gone Wild tag. This time I'm doing it with the Oracle deck, the Faeries Oracle by Brian Froud and Jessica Macbeth. So if you've seen my somewhat recent disheveled decks video, you know why. I only have the guidebook and the deck. But hopefully soonish there will be more. So yeah, I did this tag and I did it with the Llewellyn Tarot, a deck I've had for a very long time, and this is another deck that I've had for a very long time. One of my oldest decks, actually. This is, yeah, the Faeries Oracle by Brian Froud. This is the one that I believe is still in print. The second one, the Heart of Faeries Oracle, is not, but I digress. This is actually the first deck I thought of when I watched videos of this tag. So why did I pick this deck? It was screaming at me and yelling, "We want to play. They want to play. They want to play." Plus, I did this actually, like picking the cards and responses to the questions on May 1st. And, you know, it was that time of year for the fairies to want to come out. They're a little stronger and louder, more insistent during late spring to late autumn, I guess. Alright, so question number 2, or prompt number 2 is, what is my fave set of minors? So I'm going to put these aside because this deck does not have, this is an Oracle deck, so it doesn't have minors like a tarot deck would, but it is a structured Oracle deck, and as such, the cards are broken into 5 suits, and so that's where I'm taking this. And this one that I'm showing you here is called the Fairy Guides and Guardians. I like them. They are not as traditional as the one before it. I forget what the suit is before this, but they're a little more wild, but still somewhat humanoid, and I think that really works for me with these cards. And this is cards 27 through 39. And once again, if you've followed me in the past, you will know that this deck actually is one I'm studying, so I'm going to include this in my Faeries Oracle deck study playlist. There we go. I could not for the life of me remember what it was called because, yeah, my brain said, what? Who? Huh? Where? Why? With the study of this deck, I've put these washi tape strips on the bottom so that I'm focusing on the images more than the words, the titles of their names. Even some are so foreign it just trips me up even till this day, and others are just too on the nose. They lead my brain in a particular direction, and I want the study to be very intuitive focused. Okay, so next, what card reminds me to relax? And actually, the answer to that is this one, Faf the Footer. That's the name of the card that's covered up by washi tape. So this card he's sitting on a mushroom, holding his foot because he needs to relax. He's been walking too much, doing too much. You've been doing too much is what this card tells me. And you need to take a seat. You need to relax. You need to give your body a break. You need to give your brain a break. Whatever. Just relax. So that one is very obvious. My favorite representation of the color blue is actually, oh wait, where is she? How did these become backwards like that? Iris of the Rainbows. Again, the title actually stated down here. There's not as much blue in this deck as one would think, but I feel like other than the singers, which is the first suit, and they're not very humanoid. I'm going to give you an example here. Right? Even less animal-like than that. Most of them. Just, I like the drapery here. I guess I like that she's kind of blue tinged skin here. This is a very cool card because of that blue, when I feel like the majority of this deck is very warm toned. So yeah. A fave animal represented. I have 2 cards for this. I got the fawn here, which I just absolutely love. It's formed out of light and energy, and just what's great about this card. Also, not quite, but there's this owl mask up here, which somehow works for me. Upon closer look, though, it doesn't quite look like an owl, but I don't know, something about it reminds me of an owl, so I go with it. All right, something I would like to change about this deck. All right. So I know I'm not the only one. I don't really want to change it too much. I'm looking for a card that doesn't have the washi tape on it. The titles, I just saw it. The titles are in this very gorgeous font that for a lot of people is hard to read, and it's very frustrating when they're words that you don't understand in the English language. Now these 2 examples are not bad, right? The Bright Mother and Fairy Guide. Like, we know what those words mean, so not too bad. But you see how, like, specialized the font is. I think Brian and Wendy learned their lesson and picked something different for the fonts in the second fairy deck. So, like this one. This is Arvel Parrot. And I'm not sure if that's Parrot or not, but Arvel, what? Is that his name or what? We do not know. But it doesn't matter, right? I'm like just babbling. I think this one also has a weirdish name. This guy also has a kind of weirdish name. That is the Bodacious Bulldog. And the guidebook has their names as well, but you don't necessarily always feel like looking at the guidebook, right? I'm gonna show you his. The guidebook does put it in like a block font so you can see better, but yeah, like you don't always want to be looking at the guidebook, do you? Okay. I wish also this deck was brand new again. Just just because. There's nothing. What would I change? But personally, I personally wouldn't necessarily want to change the font because I really do like it. Uh, I'm not worried about other people's eyesight. Sorry to be selfish in that, but I wish it was a little bit bigger. There's plenty of space. It could have been bigger. Very few of them go all the way to the end, and that's if they have very long titles. Okay, where would I take this deck? Everywhere, and I do. This is a deck. This and the other favorite deck I travel with. These are the first decks where it was just like, maybe I should take them outside. I have, if I can, I'll put screenshots. But I have taken this deck everywhere around the world with me. I say that like I've been to so many places outside this country. I've been to 3 other countries. And, you know, that's a lot still. But I've taken this deck to all 3. And I've taken this deck all over this country, several times to California. I take it to the park with me locally, state parks, city parks, playgrounds. It likes to be outside. It likes to be in nature, so I take it out. They're like, let's go someplace. Are you going someplace? Are we traveling? We're coming to. And so they come too. Where does it want to go? Everywhere. You see, like they want to see everything. They want to do all the things I do. There have been many times where I have taken this deck to the grocery store. I just put it in my pocket or in my bag and just go about my day. Outside. It doesn't have to be a long travel, plane ride or whatever. And it's not necessarily that I'm reading with the deck while I'm there. Like literally, I've gone on work trips and I unpack the deck, put it on the windowsill in my hotel room, and then go about my business. Like, and it stays there. Sometimes I will take it other places too. So it's always happy to be traveling and to see new places and do new things and to go green spaces in particular. Okay, which card would I hang in which room? Alright, so I've got the Unity card here, and I think I would hang this up in my living room. It's just nicely wonderful. Like I said, the singers are kind of abstract energy, and this would work perfectly. There's a card I'm going to put the image of on the screen because she's currently being used for something else right now. List of the shadows I would put in my bedroom just to like remind me that I can break through, I can achieve things, I'm strong, that kind of thing. And I feel like in my bedroom would be a good place to hang her. What's this deck's favorite scent? That would be vetiver. It's very earthy, very grounding, and I feel like they would love this. How old does this deck believe it is? 5 and 5,000 years old simultaneously all the time. Or the answer could change. We're old now, it's saying 3 or 30,000, so excuse me. That was then, this is now. Which cards in this deck make me laugh? These guys. This is a collection of pixies. And for the longest, this is my favorite card. It's still one of my top 3, hands down. I look at this card and they look like they're having the time of their lives. I also laugh because my first impression was like, we in the club. And the pixies are in the club. Please ignore the damage. The pixies are in the club having the time of their lives, like throwing the hands up, somebody's getting a drink, others are gossiping. Like, does this not give club vibes? Like, we just here to party. And just imagining a bunch of pixies in a dance club cracks me up. They are here to have a good time. Pixies don't play unless they playing, and they play hard. So, okay, what card do I feel most represents me right now? At the time, I picked the Maiden, and yeah, feeling cute, feeling fresh, feeling young, feeling a little plump. um, and ideas out the yin yang here. Like, my brain is glowing. So, yes. Okay, what's this deck? Favorite tarot deck? Well, that would be the Llewellyn Tarot. Another oldie but goodie because they pair so well together. I don't have this deck, but also the Buffy Tarot, I'm getting it. I'm getting it. And I might wind up with 2 editions because, yes, I know about the guidebook issue, but I'm getting the Buffy Tarot, and these guys would get along like gangbusters. I'm telling you, I just know it. So I'm including that, a deck that I do not currently own, but will soon. Okay, and which card makes me feel emotional? The Glockener. I don't like this guy. He pisses me off. He makes me want to punch him in the face and knee him in the groin. When I do some shadow work courses, I usually use this card as an example of how to use an oracle card or deck to help you work through issues or trauma and things like that. This is a bit of a trauma card for me. This is a card that I immediately cringe from, and it makes me feel skeevy, and I, getting to the bottom of why. I know why, and the why is emotional. So yeah, it's a double-edged sword, which is very appropriate for the Glockener. Which card follows me around? None, really. Keeping it real on that one. Okay, what's this deck's regular spin on a unique spin on a regular card? So this is not a tarot deck. That makes this a little bit harder. But this does have a card that you often find in tarot decks. And I didn't pull it out. Hold on. This is the Death card. And to prove it to you, see, it says Death. I just really, like, I get it. I see it. And with this imagery, the shroud, the lack of color, and I appreciate that it is so different. And similar in the book, it says like natural, timely endings, release, liberation. What's also cool is this Death card gives you a gift. It's offering you something. It's, that unknowable thing. What's next? And like I said, there's a mystical aspect to it because of the orb, kind of like a crystal ball, but it's also, like I said, a gift, and that is I think a unique perspective on death. Last but not least, what is this deck's favorite spread? This deck has what you would call fairy readings, and ain't no spread. I'm gonna keep this deck constrained. Alright, you pull the cards as you will, and you just place them intuitively and read as such, and it's just, I love that. Like, what does that mean? Why did you place them that way? What what do you gain from that? And I appreciate that. You know, it's a deck that has me thinking, you know, outside the box. And actually, speaking of, is that this one? But other than that, it's one that, you know, you just gotta, it makes you think in a different way. And it's not gonna conform to the human thought processes and forms. It's just doing what it do. There are quite a few archetypes in here that are very familiar, and then several that are not, and others that you say at first are not, but you delve a little deeper and they turn out that yes, they are. So that's the favorite spread, the fairy spreads, which are unique every single time, and you read them intuitively like you do an oracle deck. So yes, this is my one deck gone wild with the Faeries Oracle cards. Let me know if you have this deck, if you use this deck. What do you think about my answers to those questions? I know they are very happy to finally have done this tag, this video, because they enjoy playing, and it was fun exploring this deck, an oracle deck, with this tag to get something different from it. But the studying continues. I hope to show you more. Alright, well, guys, like this video if you liked it, subscribe if you are new, hit the notification bell so you know when the next video is coming. Links in the description to the deck and the original creators of the tag, which I believe, like I said, this was a tarot community thing. So, but I believe like Rose Honey Ritual was one of the first to post it and let us know that anybody could do this tag, and several people contributed the prompts or questions. And yeah, links to my social media accounts if you'd like to follow me on anywhere else, and link to my Etsy shop, and with a 10% off discount code there I offer tarot and oracle card readings, as well as make all natural bath and body products for witchy and mundane purposes. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.